Continuation of the content of support policies for enterprises due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The Government of Viet Nam has supported enterprises through land rent cut by 30% for business, individuals hit by the COVID-19 pandemic in the form of annual rent payment according to the guidance in Decision No.27 2021 QD-TTg dated 25 September 2021. In this decision, we focus on the following 5 key points. 1. Regulated scope and entities. 2. Reduction rate. 3. Documents of land rent reduction. 4. Procedures of land rent reduction. 5. Appendix of land rent reduction. Contents of Decision No.27 2021 QD-TTg 25 September 2021 are as follow. Regulated scope and entities, Article 1 and 2 of Decision No.27 2021 QD-TTg. This decision stipulated land rent reduction in 2021 for business, individuals affected by the COVID-19 pandemic specified in Article 2 as follows. Organizations, units, enterprises, households, and individuals who directly lease land from the state under competent state agencies' decisions or contracts and make rent payment annually, hereinafter referred to as land tenants. This decision also covers those that are not entitled to land rent exemptions or reductions, as well as those who are benefiting from land rent reductions, in line with other legal regulations on land and relevant rules. Reduction rate, Article 3 of Decision No.27 2021 QD-TTg. Beneficiaries mentioned above will be entitled the land rent they have to pay in 2021 will be slashed by 30%. Meanwhile, the reduction is not applied to the rent in previous years that has not been paid or in arrears, if any. The reduction specified in Clause 1 of this article is calculated on the payable land rent in 2021 in accordance with law. In case they are receiving a reduction in land rent as prescribed, the reduction of 30% of the land rent shall be calculated on the payable land rent after the reduction has been made in accordance with the law. Documents of land rent reduction. Article 4 of Decision No.27 2021 QD-TTg. The request for reduction of land rent in 2021, made according to the form in the appendix issued with this decision. Land tenants are responsible before law for the truthfulness and accuracy of their information and request for land rent reduction, ensuring that the right subjects are entitled to land rent reduction as prescribed in this decision. Land lease decision or land lease contract of a competent state agency. Copy. Procedures. Article 4 of Decision No.27 2021 QD-TTg. 1. Land tenant submit 01 application for land rent reduction by electronic or other method. 2. Tax Department, Economic Zone Authority, High-Tech Park Authority, Other Department. According to the provisions of law from the time this decision takes effect until the end of 31 December 2021. If the application is submitted from 01 January 2022 or later, the land rent will not be reduced according to this decision. 2. pursuant to the land rent reduction dossier submitted by the land tenant as prescribed in Clause 1 of this article. Within 30 days from the date of receipt of complete and valid dossiers as prescribed in Article 4 of this decision, the competent authority will determine the amount of land rent to be reduced and issue a decision on land rent reduction in accordance with the law on land rent. 3. In case the land tenant has been decided by a competent authority to reduce the land rent according to the provisions of this decision, but then the state management agency discovers through inspection and examination that the land tenant is not eligible for land rent reduction as prescribed in this decision, the land tenant must refund the reduced land rent to the state budget and the late payment interest calculated on the reduced amount in accordance with the law on tax administration. 4. In case the land tenant has paid the land rent of 2021, then the competent authority determines and decides to reduce the land rent. There is an excess of the land rent. The overpaid amount will be deducted from the following period or the year following under provisions of the law on tax administration and other relevant laws. In case there is no longer a period to pay the next land rent, the overpaid amount shall be cleared or refunded in accordance with the provisions of the law on tax administration and other relevant laws. Decision takes effect from 25 September 2021. Appendix of Land Rent Reduction. The following is the appendix attached to Decision No. 27 2021 QD-TTg, the form of land rent reduction in 2021.